Welcome back to BMG Drive. I will be including my voice more in my videos to torture your ears with my unmanly voice. Anyway, let's begin the session with the Nissan Quashqai mod. I have to say, Fastline makes really great mods. The fact that they are free is impressive. I have never driven a Nissan, but that will happen someday. Not bad, they look very detailed. We will continue floating and observe the logo on the radiator grille. Take note of that, it's true art. Before we continue, I need to take another look at the headlight. Look at this artistry, so much love for a headlight. Simply divine. The rims are standard, of course, but still tolerable. Without reflection, it looks unremarkable. That's just how it is. That brings us to the interior. There are a whole lot of buttons I can press again. This is going to be fun. Okay, let's press the buttons. First of all, we can fold down the sun visors. A very important feature. Very smooth. Of course, we can also use this function for the passenger. Really cool for the roleplay servers in BMG. We can also turn the interior lights on and off. Let there be light. Wow! And it's yellow too, not very modern. That's a point against it. Oh well, whatever. Enough playing with the lights. Let's check the glow component. Another note. It's like with the Skoda mod, there was a similar slip of paper included. It's a vehicle registration certificate, part 2 if I remember correctly. So, nothing interesting for the destruction enthusiasts among you. Still, a small detail is certainly welcome. Looking to the left, we see 7 buttons we can press. The first button protects the windows from use. Always nice to see that for realism. Very important, shouldn't be missing. The lower button is for the driver's side window. Every modder gets couched up in the interactive train. Simple, fascinating. As you can see, it works perfectly and we can also open all the other windows. Wonderful. But would a car be without locking the door? Absolutely not. This button makes it possible. Amazing, right? Nice. It still works. No, I am absolutely fascinated and impressed. Furthermore, we can open and close the full filler flaps with this button. If the real Quashqai has that, I'm amazed. That's pretty high tech. Of course, you can also open and close it manually. A convenient feature. All I can say is that's technology that inspires. What we can still operate is the ignition key. It's animated again and there's also a sound when the engine starts. It's actually a much nice sound than in a Skoda when you open the door. It gave me tinnitus. Just kidding. Another interesting little button is this one. We simply have a functional onboard computer. It can display full consumption. It can also show tire pressure. This data is displayed in real time. Someone has probably already noticed this. Furthermore, it can display the vehicle's driving time. I don't know what it's supposed to be good for, but it's for the car body. Maybe something like a parking distance control? But I could be wrong. The parking brake is a must. Of course, without it I feel so empty. We can even turn on the air conditioning. Isn't that cool? Never again will we have hot days in BMG Drive. I'm zooming in a bit closer so you can see everything and don't miss anything. It's a little annoying and awkward on the new keyboard. Even if it's just an ineffective feature, in my opinion it's something unique, always a pleasure to see. It's also great that we got to experience something like this in a free mod. Anyway, hazard warning lights are also included. Nice, I was worried we wouldn't get any audio feedback. Now for the highlight of it all, the infotainment system. As you may have noticed from Royal Renderings BMW mods, we can also press a few buttons. Awesome. The modder even implemented audio tracks for us. Absolutely amazing. Let's have a listen. That was very exciting and a unique experience. Now we will continue with the interior tour. If you want a seat with an opening center armrest, this is the right choice. Of course, this feature is a must-have. But we can also turn on is the rear light, so anyone who wants to read a book at the back can do so. Another special feature of the onboard computer is that this happens when you put the car in reverse. Of course, I will show you it. Absolutely amazing. This makes me incredibly happy. These little features really make it better. For those who didn't notice, I will zoom in again so everyone can see it and admire it. It's still working, so it's not a still image. The interior tour is almost complete. Now comes the exciting part. Open your eyes and ears. This will go down in history. I'm exaggerating a bit, though. The Quashqai mod has a total of 57 variations. And what can I say? Absolutely fantastic. Fastlane really outdid themselves. The base model is definitely the most boring and not the fastest either. It only has a 1.2 liter engine. Then there are several police and taxi versions, but it's best if you see it for yourselves. I have now got the fire department version. Of course, the AI can't be missing, otherwise I will get into trouble with the spectators. It always takes so long before we can get out on the street. There's always so much to talk about. The moment of truth has arrived. We are finally moving from our spot. My fingers have already started tingling intensely. The excitement is palpable. I'm experiencing some FPS drops, which I really don't like. The reflections unfortunately have to go. They are too much for my computer. I think the Quashqai feels most at home here. The sandy surface feels just right under the tires. This time we will take it easy so that everyone wakes up properly and isn't immediately confronted with action. Aha, I tricked you. Without the action it's too boring and dull. The traction is impressive. Oh no, this is going to end badly. Why aren't the airbags deploying? First they didn't install them. The occupants would be ejected from the car in agony. Nevertheless, the damage model is excellent from this perspective. We need to take a closer look at it. Check out this damage model. I have to say it's top notch, at least in my opinion. Keep up the good work. I can imagine how much work must have gone into this. Even the paint on the fender came off because of the impact. It was probably too much. Then we will drive out onto the road and try our luck. What's the worst that can happen, other than crashing into the guardrail? Make way, I'm the main protagonist of this video. Always these supporting characters getting in the way. Luckily it was just a small scratch, otherwise it would have felt the power of the world editor. Anyway, let's hit the highway. The acceleration is abysmal. I even had to edit some video footage. Or well, otherwise the car drives smoothly and pleasantly. Make way! Here comes the Nissan Quashqai! We have now reached 96 miles per hour. Time to take the car up in the air.
I'm flying, baby! Yahoo!
The landing was superb, so I do give it 8 out of 10 points. The damage was immense. That's immediately obvious. So get ready, something cool is about to happen. We have the bolt version. That wasn't the cool thing I wanted to show you. Close your eyes and be surprised. I'll have to use a different version for that. There are so many to choose from. So where's the good piece? Oh yeah, there it is. It's time to let the taxi driver out of me. Or rather, the Turkish taxi driver. Selamun Aleyküm arkadaşım. Nereye gitmek istiyorsunuz? I can't believe I'm listening something like this. Fastlane, you catch me, I have been exposed. Anyway, is it possible to activate the Scheiß lightning from the cockpit? Trying is better than studying. At first glance, it seems like there's no button for it. Oh well, it's not that bad. I will just drive around aimlessly and try to cause even more damage. This thing isn't that slow. I have forgotten the traffic laws. Regarding the paint job, the 34 stands for Istanbul. Unfortunately, we don't have a suitable map for it in BMG Drive. It's time to stage a head-on collision to put a smile on everyone's face. That's what this game was designed for. That moment when two vehicles crash head-on into each other, simply amazing. What would a video be without a drop test? That's my signature content when I present new car mods. Even if I'm not as fast as an illogical or simulation adventure. No hate, just respect to them. So we are going to drop the car from a very high height, but I'm not going to tell you how high. First, though, I need to find a suitable spot so it looks spectacular. This spot looks quite attractive. Then we will adjust the altitude and then there will be a spectacular crash landing. It won't be long now. It's about to start and then it will be fantastic and a real eye catcher. But something is missing. What will it be without a crash dummy? That it will be dishonorable and painful at the same time. Quashqai pancakes are coming soon. 3, 2, 1 and free fall! None of the vehicles will ever survive the drop test, but that's not the goal. I just want to create a destruction car pancakes.
Oh yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
Wow, I expected something even more blatant. I have to say that left me speechless. Only partially, not entirely. If the dummy had been strapped in, it would certainly have survived. That concludes this video. I know it's short but sweet. So until next time, stay healy.
I'm Quashqai.